Hey y'all, I'm Nicolette from Broadway Gardener, and today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my fall garden. Now it's not perfect, it's kind of full of weeds, some powdery mildew, some plants that are giving up for the year, but we're all gardeners, so we get it. This garden is kind of new to me. We moved here last year, so a lot of the things that you'll see today were here when we got here, and as I'm learning and trial and erroring my garden, I'm adding some things that I really love. Now, I started gardening in Brooklyn, so I've done a lot of container gardens, which you can probably see around me here. That's how I got my start in containers, so I'll be showing you a lot of those today as well. I hope the wind is not too bad. I do live in the suburbs of New Jersey now, so here's to hoping that no neighbors are mowing their lawns right now. So let's just get into it. So right here we're in the front of my house in what I'm hoping to be my rose garden one day. Now, I hope the wind isn't too bad here because we are in open space. It gets a lot of sun in this area, so this is why I chose to start putting some roses in this year. Now, I've added 4 roses, which I'm really excited about because I'm a bargain shopper, so if it's anything over $25, I'm probably not gonna get it. So these roses were half off at Home Depot this year. Everything else you see in this space was here when we got here, so it's really kind of maintaining it and switching out some of the things that really just don't suit my interest. So really what I try to do is put some things in my garden that look really beautiful and take my time with them, learn as I go, and hope that they don't die. All of the roses in this garden are beautiful, soft yellow, orange, sort of cream apricot tints. That was a lot of colors. It's a rainbow in here. Now, let's go to the back garden and I'll show you what's going on there. So like I was saying before, I did get my start in Brooklyn with containers. I had a container full of herbs, and again here at this house have done the same thing. I moved on to tomatoes, which I'll show you here in a second in the veggie garden, and then flowers really at the end right before we moved. So I kind of brought all of that container knowledge from Brooklyn into New Jersey. Every year I like to do really nice and fun containers in my front yard, in my backyard, anywhere I can stick a container really. So we've got some stuff ready here for fall. We've got the herbs, we have some strawberries in containers, and it really allows me to just play. So this is the veggie garden that I just started this year. It's new, even the trellises were something that I did, which will explain why nothing is straight or square. But I'm really proud of the space despite everything that went wrong, including grass. We leveled out everything early spring with soil that we had brought in, and then attempted to grow some grass. Didn't go as planned. I think watering was a big issue, and all of it again is just a learning experience. I wasn't as attentive this year as I could have been. You'll see a lot of grass missing, a lot of weeds happening, a lot of things, especially zucchinis and squashes with powdery mildew, but you'll also see a lot of really beautiful things, and this is kind of how I learned what plants are the sturdiest when I neglect them and they still do well. It's huge. Okay. So we've got some hot peppers here, shishito peppers. We even have some bell peppers in the corner over there, and everything just makes me smile. Honestly, I get really excited when I talk to people about it, and I feel like they don't care as much as I do. It's cute. So it's all been so exciting for me this year to be able to grow and harvest and cook with my own food. This is actually how I got started in Brooklyn. I was actually injured at work and I didn't have anything to do at home, and we had a backyard at the time, so I was really interested in being able to be out there and, you know, sort of journal and hang out and be outside, even though I wasn't really hanging out with anybody at the time. And one day I just thought, you know, let me plant a tomato, let me plant a pepper, let me see what happens. And before you know it, we were growing in raised beds, and we were harvesting our own food and making pesto. And it got to the point where I thought, this is kind of amazing. This makes me feel really great to have somewhere to focus all of my attention. So that kind of manifested into what I have now here in New Jersey, which is flowers and herbs and veggies and all of these things that I actually want to show you if we move over to our cut flower garden right now. This pink pathway is literally my pride and joy. It is full of my favorite color blooms: pink, obviously. So right here we have these dahlias. I am a dahlia beginner. It is my first year, really going hard on dahlias, but I've been loving it. I've been able to make so many beautiful bouquets. I like to call them backyard bouquets. So I would say that this part of gardening brings me the most joy, being able to come out, cut as many flowers as I want, bring beautiful floral arrangements into my house, and share some with my friends. And it's things like this that really got me started, because honestly, again, when I first started, I was not in a super happy place, but having something to do, having something to focus on, getting out into my garden, picking my own food, picking my own flowers, that type of thing made me really happy. So when we bought this house, I went full-fledged, hardcore into flowers and veggies, and it's brought me so much joy. So this pink pathway is full of tulips and daffodils in the spring, it's full of dahlias in the summer, and in fall, it's kind of how it is right now. Everything that you're seeing right now is what's going to take us through to the end of fall. All right, y'all, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and a big, huge thank you to Misha from Farmluxe for letting me be on your channel and share my garden. Had a lot of fun picking flowers and harvesting food and just talking about how I got started. So thanks for hanging out, and bye.